Welcome to the Barker Podcast Collection.
Welcome to the Not Watching Podcast. My name's Rob Howard, and this week I'm joined by
Ian Bruce and Marcus Hurley.
You can contact us on email at notwatchingpodcast@gmail.com or follow us on Twitter at notwatchingpod.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year. Any disappointments?
Jurassic
particularly?
fucking World.
Hold your fire! Hold your fire! Do not fire! Put 12 amps in these animals, they're never gonna trust me again. Blue, stand down. Stand down. Hey! What did I just say? Delta, I see you. Back up. Okay. Good.
Yeah, I've got to say. I mean, bearing in mind... Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, that was to the Jurassic franchise what Phantom Menace was to Star Wars.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, that's true.
It had a couple of good moments that made me go, huh, and the rest of it, I just wanted to pluck my eyes out and throw them to a starving dinosaur. It was just dire. Absolutely fucking dire.
I just want to say, and I've ranted about this film before on this show, but I don't know if I'd say it was a disappointment because I wasn't especially looking forward to it, to be honest. Something about it I just found ever so cynical. But the fact that they made Chris Pratt unlikable is a phenomenal achievement.
Yeah.
Like, in terms of... Fuck wittery. I just cannot believe it. Like, that they managed to make someone who was so likeable in Guardians of the Galaxy be so loathsome and cheesy in this movie. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me.
In the same way that you're knocked off about that, I'm more knocked off about the T-Rex. How they've managed to take something that's essentially a nice piece of evil killing machine and make it look like a cuddly toy nodding to a raptor.
Yeah.
Because
I've forgotten all about that.
I thought that it was me. You know, you kind of think, it's been a while since I've watched any of the films. No. They have done something weird to the Tyrannosaur's face to make it more cuddly, which is quite an achievement for a giant lizard. I watched The Lost World over Christmas.
Yep.
And the T-Rex head on that had a hell of a lot more scales. There was a lot more shadow in the eyes. It looked menacing. In the first one, it looked menacing. In the third one, when it got snapped by the Spinosaur, it looked menacing.
Yeah.
In this one, it looked like it should be in a dinosaur version of Homeward Bound.
Yeah, it was.
And that's what you know what went wrong. Idiots.
Yeah.
Just idiots.
Fetch the umbrella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only one I've got written down as a disappointment was Crimson Peak.
Ghosts are real. That much I know. I've seen them all my life.
Would you be mine? Edith, this is my sister.
I don't think she's the right choice.
You have to trust me.
Thomas, your bride is frozen.
I'll run you a hot bath.
parts of the house that are unsafe.
What was that? A house as old as this one becomes, in time, a living thing. Never go below this level. It starts holding on to things.
Has anyone died in this house? Specific deaths, violent deaths.
In your own best interest, proceed with caution.
Keeping them alive when they shouldn't be.
If you're here with me, give me a signal.
She knows everything.
It wasn't an awful film, but I just thought it would be so much better. Is all. And I think that's mainly, as discussed previously, certainly down to the marketing to some degree. But I just thought anything with Guillermo del Toro's name on it's normally like a stamp of awesomeness to me.
Yeah.
And there just wasn't really a lot going on.
I think my most disappointing, and this is a real disappointment, this actually does a China syndrome to the disappointment scale and melts down into the earth. I've just remembered. Fantastic Four.
Dr. Storm, we gave you 6 years and millions of dollars, and you gave us nothing. What's different now?
Reed Richards. He knows answers to questions we don't even know to ask yet. This is our chance to learn more about our planet and maybe even save it. I want you to meet my daughter, Sue.
You want to be famous?
I just want my work to make a difference. Johnny, Reed.
This guy doesn't take orders well.
Yeah, especially from people who say I don't take orders well. Don't let any of these lab coats give you any crap, all right? Well, if I do, I know who to call. The Muscle.
I gotta say, it's fun having you here.
Really?
No.
What you've created here is incredible.
You guys sure you're in the best shape to be doing this? Yeah. We're good.
They just cracked interdimensional travel.
Yeah,
I expected it to be rubbish.
Yeah.
Rubbish was a lofty exclamation.
But right, from when we first heard about it, and Josh Trank was making it, you'd expect that it could have been quite good.
Yeah, I was expecting it to. I was expecting to go in rubbish and to have some redeeming features. What I found was it took any redeeming features and they stopped at the title.
Yeah.
Yipes.
Well, like I say, I just that's in my
never watch pile.
Thanks for taking one for the team there, Marcus.
Yeah, I'll never. Just don't do it ever. Just don't do it.
Is there an opportunity to talk about things that we perhaps don't want to talk about, like Homeland?
Another doggy? 2 doggies.
I'd like you to meet my head of security, Carrie Matheson.
Otto Durings decided to visit General Ladia Camp, Lebanon.
Well, hell's breaking loose down there. You think that's a good idea, marching a billionaire into a war zone?
You're CIA.
I was in the CIA. I'm a private citizen now.
Found a data breach in Berlin.
Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down!
Holy shit, this is CIA.
Please tell me I'm wrong, but it looks like they got all the documentation on our surveillance program with the Germans.
You're not wrong.
I got an email from a hacker.
Germany's doing an end run around its privacy laws by having the U.S. do the spying for them.
How do you know it's real?
Well, that's why I'm here.
I need you to verify it. I can't even look at it. It would violate my agreement with the agency.
You can take the girl out of the CIA, but,
This happened when?
Same day as the penetration.
You think Carrie's involved?
The operation is over.
That's a mistake.
No, trusting you was a mistake.
Germans aren't on board for this anymore. All you get is that key, your next target in the box, and operating money waiting there when you bring back proof of death.
If the name's in the box, I'll take care of anyone you put there. 2 minutes to prepare yourself for paradise.
Did you finish season 5?
I got up to when she had her tedious, this is how we're going to portray mental health episode, and I completely noped out of that. They can fuck right off with that bullshit. So.
Yeah, I finished season 5 and it just felt like one of the lesser seasons of 24, pretty much. It had the inevitable confrontation at the end. No kind of crazy, like, oh, I'm back in the room moments like the last season had. And some really convoluted stuff with Quinn. I think I'm out now.
Yeah,
I don't know if I can, unless like season 6 is like, I hear lots of, oh, it's back to form. I think I'm sort of done. I certainly won't be prioritising watching it like The Walking Dead or anything.
It's a shame. There was a whiff of 24 in the second season, definitely, where, oh, and now the baddie's hiding here.
Yeah.
But so that's been signposted for a while. But it's a shame that it went full 24 for me anyway. So,
yeah.
Bad 24, not the first couple that were good.
Yeah, I've got a porker, and that for me would be
a
the strain. A raspberry or something. A Razzie. Yeah, I don't know what I was saying there. Yeah, season 2 of The Strain was a disappointment for me.
We are in a very serious crisis. And certain things have to get done.
I don't need to be kept out of it.
Trust me.
We're gonna take back this island one block at a time.
If we find a weak link in the vampire biology,
We infect the infected.
I vowed to hunt the master till the day I died. If today is that day, so be it.
Our master is about to undergo a wondrous transformation. If you only knew what was to come.
I thought they made some horrendous casting decisions with the kid. Like, he was so annoying.
Oh, yeah.
Some, like, him having to go bald because he didn't like the wig. It's like, it's all this sort of, I don't know, there's still a feeling of, like, where's the apocalypse, you know? Because there doesn't seem to be a lot of consequence to that. They all seem to be getting along quite well, despite the fact that the city's got
it's becoming the Vampire Diaries. Watch yourself.
Yeah. However, you know, I still do hold out some hope for the show, because I love that how much it subverts all those sort of vampire tropes. I think as a creation, the Strigoi are, you know, among the finest baddies of anything fiction I've ever seen. I just was a bit sort of miffed at this season. I just don't think it had a lot going on. I can tell that it seemed like they might be having some problems, like, off screen, and it was unfortunately filtering into the show. So that's what I got to say.
Yeah. I've got one. It's not quite a disappointment, but it kind of was when catching up with everything else. I caught the double episode of Luther, the Christmas special.
Oh, okay.
Good afternoon. I'd like to speak to George Cornelius, please.
Yeah, I'm sorry, he's not in.
Yes, he is. Hurry up.
You rang, my lord?
George Cornelius?
You know I am.
Come with me, please.
Sorry, mate, who are you again?
Police.
Which police?
The police.
I don't care if you'll fucking sting. You lot do not come around here, not for any reason. This is my house. You all know that.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry about that, but I'm here now, so I might as well crack on.
No, straight up now. What's going on? Who's your governor?
I've got this, Dad.
Look. Come along with me. There we go. That's right.
And I actually enjoyed it, but it's only because I'd caught up from series 2 and 3.
Right.
Compared to those, I kind of think that they kind of dropped the ball a little. Because first of all, they got, spoiler, they decided to write out the character of Alice.
Well,
who I thought was a great foil to him. She was like a crazy, psycho, sexy version of Hannibal Lecter, which is a bit weird on paper, but I quite enjoyed her kind of insane, almost over-the-top way that she was just somehow... It's like, if he was Batman, then she was a genuine ninja.
Well, she'd be like the Joker.
Yeah, she was the Joker to his Batman, actually. That's a perfect analogy.
I don't know why I keep always referencing Batman when I think about Luthor, but it's...
To be honest, he was more Batman in this than ever before, especially with the part where something happens and a colleague obviously is no longer around and he goes back to his flat, and then you've almost got like the little undertones. You can always hear the Bat music play where he pulls back the rails and he's got loads of his shirts, tie and jackets, and that's it.
Well, it's like he's back in the uniform. Outfit,
isn't it? Exactly. Then he's back in the uniform. It's almost like the Batsuit.
Yeah, and the Volvo would be the Batmobile.
Yeah.
But no, I totally agree.
I did enjoy it, but I just felt, having seen the previous ones just a few days before, it was like they should have put more into it.
I totally agree about the whole Alice thing. I feel like they couldn't get her to do it.
I think she might be in something else.
She's gone for good.
Yeah,
she's in a show called The Affair.
Okay.
Which I can imagine may have conflicted with doing Luthor.
Although it does seem, because you didn't see a definitive image of her deceased, if the situation changed and Idris, once he's finished doing the next few Marvel bits and pieces, came back and did another special, it feels as though they could write her back in for a return. Almost doing an Arkham City.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I think she could be around even if she's a ghost or something. She'll definitely come back. She's like as important to the mythology as Luthor as the Joker is to Batman. It's very similar.
I'd just like to confirm for any listeners, he's saying Luther, not Lufa, the thing you wash your back with.
Luther.
Yeah.
Luther.
Or Looper.
Luther in the forts. Yeah.
As in Vandross. Cool. Okay. This has been the Not Watching Podcast in partnership with notlistening.co.uk, where you can also hear myself and Ian talk about video games and virtual reality on the Not Playing Podcast, and Adam, Ash and Will talk about all manner of funny things on the Not Listening Podcast. You can email us at notwatchingpodcast@gmail.com, or you can tweet at or follow us on Twitter at notwatchingpod. You can find the show notes for this show at notlistening.co.uk, and if you're listening to us on iTunes, then please do give us a review. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. See ya.
Bye.